Good evening, guys. How's everyone doing? Are we all ready for some quality Final Fantasy content? Everything's sorted. Yes, 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 yes. To the game. Talk to me, guys. Who wants to name a character? Is that even a real username? What the fuck is that? That is indeed a bot. Goodbye. Right, let's have a look. Let's see what we're going to do. First of all, Red Mages. Red Mage. Red Mage and Red Mage. Right, naturally I need to be in here. Right, who's popular? Who's popular at the minute? Who's trending on Switch? Dave Chappelle, Epstein, Dave Chappelle. Fuck, I'm not putting those. Fucking hell. Right. How about we'll have Bonk. Donk. Bonk, donk, and you want wonk. You just want wonk. That's what you want. You arrived and that's what you're going with. Do you rename me or shall we have me? You can have a tonk if you like. A tonk. You alright? Alright, hang on then. No, hang on. I'll have plonk. Then we have plonk, bonk, donk, and wonk. How you doing, Luke, anyway? You having a good day? Is it tragic? It's a Red Mage only playthrough. First day back at work, pretty busy, but otherwise, well, that's good to me. I consider it a good day when tragedy doesn't strike you. You alright, Cora? So I'm not gonna lie, guys. The first 10-15 minutes of this is gonna be a piece of piss, and then from the Marsh Cave onwards, it gets really shady real quick. So first things first, you start with like 500 gil, so we're going to go spend that. If you didn't know this, you Red Mages start with fuck all. You get a knife and some clothes, and that's it. They have no magic and they have no decent weapons, but they can equip Rapiers, so a bunch of those. Play the last game you finished. Did you enjoy it, Kura? Were you playing it? Assume you were playing the Pixel Remaster. You can have 4 chainmail, and that leaves us just enough for 4 spells. Black magic at level 1 is kind of shit. Oh, that's fab, mate. Yeah, so you can kind of pick and choose, but we're just gonna get 4 cuters. Right. Solid. That's a shame. Welcome, travellers. I'm told you carry the crystals. Is that true? Honestly, the Pixel remasters make the classic games so much more accessible. And some of the tweaks that they've made are actually pretty spot on for new players picking games up. Like, I'm really, really impressed with them. Some of the choices of like font and stuff is a bit shit, but otherwise they're spot on. Just as Lucan's prophecy foretold, when darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. Your Majesty, we cannot be certain that these are the warriors foretold by the prophecy. Yet they stand before us with the crystals. I cannot dismiss this as mere coincidence, otherwise known as coinkydink. Crystal bearers, there is a task I would ask of you. Will you rescue my daughter Sarah? Garland, a knight once in His Majesty's service, has abducted Princess Sarah. I ask for your aid in the name of His Majesty, the King of Cornelia. Garland has taken refuge in the Chaos Shrine, which lies to our north. Of course, we did attempt to save the princess ourselves, but Garland is the finest swordsman in the kingdom. We have none who can match him. I have heard that you wish to journey to the continent to our north. The bridge leading north was lost long ago, making passage impossible. If you can rescue Sarah, I will have the bridge rebuilt as a token of my gratitude. Go now, warriors of light, and do not fail me. That implies you could just build the bridge anyway. In which case, why is it out of action? But that is okay. Video game logic we are familiar with. So one thing we want to do is get into a couple little scuffles first. Now, thanks to the weapons and armour upgrades, as Red Mages are actually fairly durable. Like, they won't just fall over at a flick. Without the armour upgrades, you're going to get roughed up a bit more than usual. We're looking at 18 gil. 18 is not too bad. Actually, no, we can just continue on. So ideally we want like another 200 gil, which would let us buy Protect for everyone. Yes, if you see here, everybody gets random upgrades, right? So from where they started, their stats are now slightly randomised. It's like if you look there, these two are pretty much identical, Plonk and Bonk. Donk, on the other hand, has +1 luck and about 18 additional HP. And Wonk has additional stamina, right? So this is something that we have to keep an eye out for. So the way that Final Fantasy 1 works is whoever's at the top of your party list is more likely to get hit than the ones below. So like Wonk is least likely to get hit right now. So because Donk has more max HP, we put him at the top. And that's something that we're just going to have to kind of reevaluate as we go on. Like, it's going to change from time to time. Yeah, these upgrades can be wild as well. Like, one's got 80 HP, the others are at like 34. It can get really wild, can some of these upgrades. And you can get into a situation where if you don't get enough HP ones, it can be problematic later on. So there's not really that much to worry about at this point, you know, when it comes to enemies. You should generally be okay. There's a couple of things that can be problematic. I think there's wag wolves in here somewhere. Yeah, like we're saying, the pixel remasters really make them kind of really accessible for people. There you go. So this werewolf, they're quite dangerous if you don't get rid of them. Yeah, they've made them really accessible because they've kind of tweaked out a lot of the grinding that you would usually have to do for a lot of games. When we get to Final Fantasy 2, that's the biggest culprit. They've tweaked that significantly to make it much more accessible. Like, I don't even think you'd actually have to grind in it if you took it at a steady pace now. It looks tragic that he's in red, but he's still got like 60% of his original HP. So through here's Garland. Ooh, nice level up just in time. Intellect. We get some decent intellect. So, yeah. Healing isn't going to do as much as potions would. So having Cure is a nice one, but until we get Cure, potions are more effective. We just don't have any money right now, and that's what kind of limits what we can do with his healing spells. The king will have no choice but to exchange the kingdom for his daughter's life. Cornelia will be mine. Who's there? The king's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with? You really think you have what it takes to cross swords with me? Very well. I, Garland, will knock you all down. God bless these translations. You can just auto-attack this guy to death. He's only got about 200 HP, I think. In a Red Mage only party, you get a little bit of an advantage this early on, because you have 4 people that can carry blades, as opposed to like, you know, only having like a monk and a warrior as a competent attacker, and you only have like 3 mana on your Black Mage. It fades off pretty quick. I'm Sarah, Princess of Cornelia. Words could never be enough to thank you. That's the first time anyone's ever defeated Garland. You must allow me to show my gratitude. Please accompany me to Castle Cornelia. So she's nice enough to just take us there, so we don't have to walk back, which is quite nice. And it's also kind of a shame. I wanted the money. Thank you for returning my daughter to my side. There can be no doubt that you are the warriors of light from Lucan's prophecy. You should hear the prophecy in its entirety, if I may. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. The 4 crystals will never shine again. Now, I hear that a crystal can be found on the continent to our north. Restoring light to the crystals is our only hope of ridding the world of monsters which plague it. I will have the bridge to the north rebuilt, as I promised. I pray that you succeed in restoring light to the 4 crystals, and to the world. So a lot of people just run off. If you talk to Cornelia, she'll give you this loot. I can't remember exactly when you need it, but you do need it. I can't remember, actually. I think there's some loot in Cornelia Castle. I think we need the Mystic Key to get it, if I remember rightly. Look, it's Mid from Final Fantasy V. I'm sure there's loot in here somewhere. Yeah, there's loot up. Oh yeah, no, I remember that. Yum. Being able to run is also quite nice. If I remember rightly, you could only run if you had a thief in the party. Yeah, Mystic Key. Mystic Key, yeah. Right, that's fine. Yeah, so you do get 6 jobs. You get the Barbarian to start with. You get Warrior. You get Warrior, White Mage, Black Mage, Thief, Monk, and Red Mage. And they all have kind of their own uniquenesses. So, warriors eventually rank up into knights, and they get access to like a bit of white magic. What does this bridge have to do with the prophecy? The 4 warriors of light are here. They're here in Cornelia. So yeah, white mages turn into white wizards, black mages turn into black wizards, which are of they're good at their jobs or what they do. Like, you'll end up with really powerful white magic, really good black magic, that sort of stuff. But that's about it, really. monks turn into black belts, and they're really cheap to kind of maintain. They don't really require weapons after level 9, I think. They're just better at just straight up punching things. And you have that sort of thing going on. Thieves turn into ninjas, and ninjas get better access to better equipment. And that's about it. Oh no, they get some black magic, which is of questionable use, I would say. And the only difference for them is I think they have like a high agility score. And it's supposed to affect like how well you do at getting like preemptive attacks and things like that. And I think originally you'd be able to run with a thief. Monks turn into black belts, yeah. Red mages turn into red wizards, so they can learn both white and black. But they have a limited spell list. So if you're a white mage, you can learn all the way up to rank 8 spells. I think red mages can only learn up to rank 7, and even then they can only learn certain abilities within those ranks. So like one thing you'll find is like when you go into Marsh Cave, you can pick up heal as a white mage. We won't be able to do that on red mages. They just can't. So we basically struggle with. They're not going to be able to cast as good offensive magic as a black mage as well. So you end up in this situation where we're going to lack AoE attacks and AoE heals for most of this game. So the way that we kind of leverage that is with partially with item magic, and the other way of dealing with things is going to be using stuff like the heal staff, the healing helm for AoE stuff. Ooh, thanks for the resub loot. Jesus Christ, more than 2 years. Yeah, so we'll have to kind of use items to kind of work his way around our inability to deal AoE damage and healing. We can still get things like, we can pick up things like Blizzara, Thundara, stuff like that. It's just not as good as if a black mage used it. But yeah, there'll be a fair bit of auto attacking going for a while. These things can be quite deadly in a pack like this. Shut up. So this is Matoya's cave. We don't actually need to come here yet, but she has a couple of items. Ouch. My eye, my eye. So those of you that have played Final Fantasy XIV but haven't played this will recognise Matoya. Can't see a blasted thing without my crystalline. Who could have stolen it from me? Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, 2 potions and an antidote. These kind of come in useful in a bit. We don't really need it. Got a hat. She's funny as Matoya in 14. Yeah, it's this way. It's this way. I had to think then if I was going the right way. So yeah, the lizards are awful. They're quite tanky, and they can dish a bit of damage out. If you keep wandering over this way, we'll get to a new town. I think it's Provoker. A lot of the names for things change depending on what version you're playing on. So it's worth knowing that it's quite easy to just like not know what the names of things are. Yes, it's Provoker. We've not got a great lot. So Provoker has some cool upgrades for us. So let's start with weapons. So they have broadswords. Broadswords are probably the best weapon we can get, period, at the minute. You could save up and get scimitars instead. So you could get scimitars instead of spending initially. But that'd drain you dry right now. Broadswords are well worth having. We can sell all the other junk that we have. Everything else you kind of want to keep. We're not going to get weapons just yet, and I'll show you why. So this is rank 2 black magic. So you've got Blizzard, Dark, Temper, and Slow. Temper is really, really useful. And we basically want everybody to have Temper. Realistically, we don't have the money for that right now. And it's only going to be of some use, right now. Invis is really useful. That raises your evasion, and it's really, really cool for sort of increasing the survivability. Like between Protect and Invis, you'll rarely get hit with physical attacks, and when you do get hit by physical attacks, they won't do a huge amount. Here we are. Yeah, so we're in chainmail, but Red Mages can't wear iron armour, they can't equip shields. So the only upgrade we get is leather gloves, and these just give you +1 defense. You kind of want all the defense you can get your hands on, so it's kind of worth it to just pick them up. So we've only got 500 to play with, so we can't really do anything across the board. The best thing we can probably hope to do is just get a broadsword for someone. To move it along, we talk to these pirates. You got cannonballs of steel to be taking on the great pirate Bicky. Kill all them boys. If you talk to people around the town, they basically complain that these pirates are taking the piss a bit. The pirates are shit. If they all attack one person repeatedly, it can be problematic. But because of his armour, we can just auto-attack them to death. We should get a little bit of money for it. I can't remember. But it unlocks a battle that we can do that can be quite lucrative. So. I'll be most sorry, masters. I'll be making no more fuss, I swear. I want you to take me ship for your troubles. Can you find it in your heart to forgive an old pirate? You just get a ship. Right, so we'll drain MP first. So in this game, the inns in villages are based on the cost of them are based on what village it is, and along your route throughout the game. It's like this place would ask you for 100 gil, whereas Cornelia will fully heal you for 30. So you can save money by going back to Cornelia and using that in. There's only 70 gil in it, which you probably earn by the battles, but gotta go to work. No worries, Akura. Thanks for coming. Have a good day, pal. So yeah, you get a lot more gil and a lot more experience by just fighting on the water. It's a good chance to just abandon the mainland for a little bit. So back in the day, there used to be like a peninsula of power around Provoca. I'm sure it's around Provoca, where you could fight higher level encounters than what you should be able to get access to, and people would use those to level and gain experience and money. In this particular area, there's a fight with a bunch of, I think they're called bandits, and they give you quite a lot of gil if you get into a fight with the bandits, but a couple of fights here will get you plenty of gil. So the sharks you have to be careful about. You're probably going to look at 4 or 5 attacks against one shark to kill it. You can kind of speed it along if you pick up Thunder, by the way. So you can buy Thunder and cast Thunder on sharks, and that'll speed it up. But you can probably heal 2 shark attacks, right? By using 1 cure.